Hi guys, I am Muchekwa and I am back with Maths So I start, and today we'll still be continuing in trigonometry in reduction formulas. Alright, we'll be doing numbers instead of variables in this lesson. Alright guys, the most important thing that you must know about reduction formula is this Cartesian plane, of which here you have 0 degrees, you start 90, 180 degrees, 270 degrees, and 360 degrees. Alright, and then here we have all student taken. That's just a statement to make it easy for you to remember when you are dealing with trigonometry. And then for the first quadrant, it's all trigonometric ratios are positive. That means sine, tan, and cos are positive in this quadrant. In the second quadrant, only tan is positive, and in the third quadrant, in the second one, only sine is positive. The third, only tan is positive, and the fourth one, only cos is positive. Then in the first quadrant, we have 90 minus theta. And in the second one, we have 90 plus theta and also 180 minus theta. In the third one, we have 180 plus theta and 270 minus theta. Here we have 270 plus theta and 360 minus theta. And in the first one, we also have 360 plus theta. Alright, and then with 90 plus or minus theta, which are this one, they are also co-function of sine and cos, these two. 390 plus or minus theta and also 270 plus or minus theta, they are the co-function of sine and cos. That means if it's sine 90 minus theta, the answer will be equals to cos theta. They swap around. And then in the fourth quadrant, we also have the negative angle. That means that cos of negative angle is equals to the positive cos angle. But then if it's sine negative angle, the answer will be negative sine angle. And if it's tan negative angle, the answer will be negative tan angle. But then it only becomes positive when it's cos of negative angle. The answer is positive cos of the angle. Alright, let's do an example and see how we can apply this in the example that we will be doing, guys. Alright. I hope you still remember about the lessons that we have already done before on trigonometric identities, on trigonometric special angles, because those are the things that we will still be using when we will still apply when we are dealing with trigonometry. Alright, the first one, it's sine of negative 150. Alright, and then plus cos 20. Alright, remember the sine of negative angle is equals to negative sine angle. That means here we'll have minus negative sine of 150 plus cos 20. Now that's when we can start to reduce this angle into an acute angle. Then we'll have negative sine of 150 is the same as 180 minus 30. Plus cos 120 is actually the same as 180 minus 60. Then we have negative sine. Remember, 180 minus 30 is in the second quadrant, of which also sine is in the second quadrant. That means it's positive. Then we'll have negative sine 30. And then with cos of 180 minus 60, the cos will be negative because 180 minus 60 is in the second quadrant. That means that here we have cos of 60. It's minus, guys. And then from here, what we have here, guys, we'll have negative. Remember, according to special angles, our negative 1 over sine 30 in special angles is equals to 1 over 2 minus cos 60 in special angles is also 1 over 2. Then from here is the same as saying, taking out a common factor of negative, just for example, we'll have 1 over 2 plus 1 over 2, which is equals to 1. Our answer is equals to negative 1. Alright guys, remember to always write down the rules of trigonometry before you can attempt any question on it, so that when you answer a question, you always refer back to what you have already written. Like for example, here we know that sine of negative 150, a sine of any angle, if it's negative, then that means that the answer will be negative sine of that angle. Like for example here, sine of negative 150 is equals to negative sine 150. But then if it was cos of negative 150, the answer was still gonna be cos 150 without the negative. Alright guys, let's do another example on trigonometric reduction formulas. Remember, reduction formulas, it helps you to express any trigonometric ratios in terms of an acute angle. An acute angle is any angle which is less than 90 degrees. Alright, let's do this one. Tan of 240 minus cos of negative 120. Alright guys, actually sin cos of 30. Sorry guys. Minus cos of 30. Alright, let's start with this one. It will be tan of 180 plus 60 minus, remember, the cos of negative angle is equal to the cos of that angle without the negative. Then here that means that we're still going to have the cos of 30. This and this, they are the same cos. It does not affect anything. Cos of negative theta is still equals to the cos of 30. Alright, from here 180 we're going to have tan of 60. That means minus a cos of 30. Alright, then from here a tan of 60, we know that according to special angles is equals to root 3 minus cos of 30 according to special angles is equals to root 3 over 2. And then here we're going to have 2 root 3 minus root 3 divided by 2, of which 2 root 3 minus that, it will equal to root 3 over 2. The answer for this question is equals to root 3 over 2. Always remember to also write your table of special angles on the side so that you can always refer to without even any use of a calculator. Like for this one, tan of 60 special angle, we know that it's equals to root 3, and cos of 30 special angle is equals to root 3 over 2. Alright guys, let's do one more last example on reduction formulas using real numbers. Alright, this example is sine of 210. Sine of 210 minus cos of 300. Alright, the sine of 210, we know that it can actually be 270 minus 60. Alright, and then that will be minus the cos of 360 minus 60. Alright guys, and then when we solve this one, the cos of sine of 270 minus 60 is in the third quadrant, of which that quadrant cos sine is negative. Alright, but then because it's 270, it's a cofunction. That means that it will give us 30. It will give us cos, I mean to say guys. Then here we're gonna have minus cos 60. Minus cos 60 because it's a special angle, and then with the 360 minus 60 is in the fourth quadrant. The same with cos is in the fourth quadrant. That makes it positive. Then here we're gonna have minus cos 60. All right, guys. Then from here, what we have is it's equals to negative 2 cos 60. Of which negative 2 cos 60, we know that cos 60 is equals to cos 60 is the same as sin 30, which is equals to 1 over 2. And then what we have, this and this will cancel out, and the answer is equals to negative 1. Alright guys, I hope you understand this as well, that 270 is a special angle. Remember, special angles is a 90 plus or minus theta, and also a 270 plus or minus theta. Then with this one, we have 270 minus 60, of which is 270 minus theta, which is in the third quadrant, and that quadrant which only tan is positive. And then that means that we're going to have negative sine 60, but it can be a sign because it's a cofunction. That means that our answer will be negative cos 60. And then with this one, we know that it will be minus cos 60 because cos and 360 minus theta, they are in the same quadrant. And then here, adding this 2, it will be minus 2 cos 60, and cos 60 without any use of a calculator is a special angle which is equals to 1 over 2. Multiply them together, you will get negative 1. Alright, I hope you understood this lesson as well. If you didn't, please don't hesitate to contact us so that we can have a follow-up on it. Alright guys, please don't forget to subscribe to Maths XYZ so that you can get daily notification when we upload videos. Thank you.